Pulse of Spokane is a broad show that showcases many different things in our community, sponsored by Local 29 Firefighters Union, Well Dressed Walrus, and Homes for You. Welcome to the Pulse of Spokane. It's another great Tuesday today. I hope you're having a good day. Those that came into the studio says a little bit chilly out, but sun is out. Not going to complain at all. Great couple guests this morning. In our first two segments, I'm pleased to have back Phil Altmeyer from Union Gospel Mission. And we're going to talk a lot about what's going on in the community and not just housing those who need help, but really making life changes, and I look forward to talking with Phil on that. I always learn something from Phil, so I look forward, and you will too. Aaron Roberts will be here from Ethos Ventures next on the Pulse of Spokane.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to Spokane Talks Weather Forecast. My name is Connor Kotzman, your official weather forecaster. Today, Spokane's weather looks to be mostly sunny with a high of 41, while this week looks to also be mostly sunny, while tonight looks to be mostly clear with a low of 18. Today, Coeur d'Alene looks to be mostly sunny with a high of 40, while tonight looks to be mostly clear with a low of 17. Cheney's weather looks to be mostly sunny with a high of 39, while tonight will be mostly clear with a low of 17.
We believe every person is created in the image of God with immeasurable beauty and worth, that people should not be defined by their present condition or past mistakes. We are all broken. We need each other. Healing for our brokenness begins with connection, with understanding how much we are loved by a good God. And with healing comes change, the potential for joy and meaning. No one was created for mere survival on the streets, for an existence blurred by mind-numbing substances. Each person is created with a purpose, a unique gift no one else can offer the world. Our job is to help them rediscover it. Real people, real change. Union Gospel Mission.
Welcome to a new kind of talk show, Spokane Talks, where you find news, views, and conversations that include respect for opinions, facts, and diversity.
Spokane Talks, Saturdays at 8 a.m. on Fox 28.
The economy is getting stronger, banks are lending again, and interest rates are at historic lows. Now is a great time to buy your dream home. The caring and knowledgeable professionals at Homes for You have been helping people just like you for over 20 years. They take the time to listen to what you want and will help you find just the right home in Washington or Idaho. Real estate is what we do at Homes for You, 928-5782, or visit online at homes4uspokane.com.
Hi, this is Kurt Stockwell with Well Dressed Walrus. We are a local website design and development company here in Spokane. What we do is build beautiful, usable websites for local businesses. A website needs to be beautiful, it needs to be usable for your users, your customers, and yourself. Contact us anytime. We'd love to talk with you about your online marketing.
Well, welcome back. One of my favorite guests, Phil Altmeyer. How are you doing?
Good.
I haven't seen you since before Christmas.
Right.
Did you have nice holidays and all
Wonderful.
that?
Yeah. And people were real generous. We were able to bless the people we serve. It was a great holiday season.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Because you depend on folks in the community stepping up.
Yeah, no government
funds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no government.
Has that been a struggle?
No, it's actually been a blessing because we have the freedom to help people in a way that changes lives.
Yeah.
Not just enable. With food and shelter, we can go do so much more. Ken, I always say this, when a person comes into our shelter, it's the first step in the right direction toward recovery and getting the support and help they need.
Yeah. You do a great job. In Sunday's newspaper, what homeless people need most?
Right.
Did they hit the target at all?
Well, I'll tell you, it was interesting. Adam interviewed a lot of people in terms of what is it you need to get out of homelessness?
Right.
And I jokingly told him when he called me before, I didn't jokingly, I said, Adam, what you ought to do is interview people that have come out of homelessness.
Yes.
Because when you talk to people, here's why I'm homeless, and the number one issue was housing and the cost of housing.
Yes.
Number two issues are, hey, I'm a felon, no one will hire me.
Right.
Well, what I've learned over the years, we all make mistakes.
Yes.
But if we start taking steps in the right direction, and someone said it well, the best way out of poverty is spelled J-O-B,
Yes.
job.
Yes.
So this housing, yes, the costs have gone up, and it is sad,
Right.
but it's still, in Spokane compared to other places, with minimum wage now at $13.50.
Right.
And, there's opportunities. Most people don't know this, but several of our people, as they come into a clean shelter, they can get the clothes they need to
Right.
be presentable. They
Right.
can begin to work and prove themselves, and we have businesses that are willing to hire them.
Yeah.
And we placed over 200 people on jobs.
Wow.
But it's because
That's
people, think if you're a landlord,
Right. Yes.
you're hesitant to rent to someone who's in a homeless shelter that's around drugs.
Right.
That's maybe what's taken them to the street. What's going to happen? And
Yeah,
then
you don't feel good about. And I think there's a misconception about landlords in that it's all well-to-do people and
Yeah.
big companies. There are a lot of people who have saved to have income property, and that's their retirement.
Right.
So they're going to be very nervous if they own a couple of duplexes, for example,
Yeah.
and a third of them have people that they're worried about.
Yeah, so, because their biggest fear, if someone goes back to their alcohol, their drugs, the destruction and the cost and all that. So, again, as I look at our people that are taking a step in the right direction, they're overcome, Spokane and businesses are generous. If someone's showing steps toward recovery, working on things, they're willing to give them a second chance.
Yes.
And same with felons. We have felons all the time, and when they're honest about it, employees will work with them. So to me, as I read that article, I said, I want someone to talk to people that have overcome.
Yes.
And what did it take? Well, it was demonstrated by going into a safe, clean, sober environment. It was demonstrated through having a referral because they showed up every day. They were able to work.
Yeah.
And then they have these Oxford houses too now, Kent, that people can move into. So several live together, and you're
Okay.
not paying the high rents
Okay.
that the paper talked about. You share rents,
Right.
and they're clean, sober places. And again, it's a way to get your
And you
foot-
support each other.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. And you give back to society. And so to me, that's what we're all about. We
Yeah.
want people to become contributing members and to help people in their homelessness. And so, to me, it's an interesting article, and I know that oftentimes it's easy to give all the reasons why something can't happen.
Yes.
But what I want to tell the people of Spokane, there is a place, there are opportunities. We just need to funnel people, but again, they have to make a choice.
Yeah, and it's not an overnight
No, no.
process either.
No.
Like just putting someone in a warming center or giving them a meal. How long does it take to really make the difference?
Well, Ken, I say this all the time. The easy part is the food and shelter.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
hard part is dealing with the pain, the hurts, the things that maybe cause them the trauma in their life, the abuse that cause them to go to drugs to escape the pain. So going deep is the recovery program. Ours is 18 months. It's one of the longest in the country. When you come out, you have a job at the end, and we're working on housing and all those things. So
And they're just not shoved out the door and say good luck.
no,
right?
no, because Kent, statistics tell us 5 years, if a person's in active recovery, 85% will go on for life and be successful.
Wow.
So it's a process. You
Yes.
just don't go into a shelter and the next day come out, you're working, everything's fine if it's an addiction that's taking you there.
Yeah.
So it's a process. But again, we want to begin that process by providing a safe, clean environment. And we want to go deeper and deal with what we call underneath that iceberg, those pains, those hurts. And all we see oftentimes are the top of it, the end
Right.
result.
Right.
So we're seeing great things happen. We started our motors,
Yes.
and our thrift stores, where we're employing people that come into our shelters, some out of prison, and we're giving them an opportunity to work, a supportive environment, And then guess what happens? After they've worked there a while, you can make a recommendation.
Yes.
And other people are more than excited
They've
to
got
hire
a track
them.
record,
Yes.
and a positive track
Yes.
record. Let's come back and talk about those two programs. We're going to
Okay.
take a quick break, and then let's come back and chat about that, because you're having some success there too.
Yes,
Right?
yes.
We'll be back right after this.
This is Looms Day in Spokane. We got about 40 firefighters and their friends and family handing out 40,000 cups of water as the day goes by.
It's a very good opportunity to see the public and support them and help them out and cheer them on during Blooms Day.
It's one of the best things about Spokane is that we have these major events and the whole community comes together not just to participate but to volunteer and show that they really care about our city and making our city look great.
This type of an event really is emblematic of Spokane because so many people get involved. We have 50,000 people probably running this race. Always has been a very huge event.
Right now we're at the corner of Broadway and Nettleton. It's the last water station before the finish, so people are pretty much dehydrated by the time they get to us. They really need our water.
The water stations are a vital part, especially on warm days like today. It's real important that we have the volunteers to help with that. Without the volunteers, Blooms Day wouldn't exist.
All up and down the course, there are people that are involved in this celebration. It really is a celebration of what Spokane's all about.
I'm Nikki Butler, and I'm a regional manager for STCU. My lunch buddy is Nicole.
I'm Brandy Schloss. I'm a regional manager at STCU. My lunch buddy is Angelina. She's grown up with me. I've grown up with her. To see her graduate will be a lot of fun.
Brandy and I have been lunch buddies since the girls were in second grade. It's great that STCU provides me with the opportunity to be part of Reach for the Future. We are committed to the children. We're committed to our community. I'm Nikki.
I'm Brandy.
And STCU is here for good.
This is River Ridge Frame Shop, called Frame It Today, where we can take your art, customize it, and get it ready to hang on the wall. Here at River Ridge Hardware, 2803 West Garland.
Welcome to a new kind of talk show, Spokane Talks, where you find news, views, and conversations that include respect for opinions, facts, and diversity.
Spokane Talks, Saturdays at 8 a.m. on Fox 28.
Well, welcome back to the Pulse of Spokane. Phil Altmeyer from Union Gospel Mission is here. And in our earlier segment, we were talking a lot about the 18-month process and so forth.
Right.
But you've got a couple of mini businesses, if you will, that are also bringing in dollars and an opportunity to learn some business skills, right? And one is the, let me get it right, UGM Motors.
Right.
And the other is the UGM Thrift Stores.
Right.
Now, I know where the thrift store is. At least the one over on Boone, I think it is.
Right.
Yeah. And then, but the motors are out on Sprague?
Both of them. There's another thrift store out on Sprague,
Okay.
just west 1 or 2 blocks from Pines.
Okay.
And
yes.
then the
okay.
Motors is on Auto Row. You know where Dishman Dodge is.
Yes,
As
yes.
you continue west, it's on it would be the north side.
Okay.
And it's a huge lot. And how both of those operate, it's fascinating. The products that come in are donated.
Okay.
So one of the things that's interesting is people come there. They kind of think Union Gospel Mission, charity. I can come here and get a car for nothing. They need to give it to me.
Yeah.
So let me just say to our listeners.
That's not quite what you're doing.
Yeah, we're running a business. We have, I believe, 8 certified mechanics that check the cars, fix them up, put them on the lot. We have salespeople.
Right.
Just the operation itself costs a lot of money to operate.
right.
And what people don't understand, too, all these, the majority, probably 90% are donated.
Yeah, okay.
So in order to honor the partners in ministry that donate that vehicle,
Right.
when we sell it for its value, they get the value and the write-out. If we give that car away for half of its value, it's doing a disservice to
Right,
them.
right.
And furthermore, for people to know when they come into our service department, all those things are helping support the homeless that we help go through our program.
So it's not some guy or gal who's just trying to learn at the very beginning.
No, they're certified. In
Wow.
fact, that's one of the biggest barriers we have. People think, well, they're just grabbing people out of the mission. They're bringing them out here to fix the car.
Yeah.
No, these are certified mechanics. And if you know anything, they're in high demand, and they're not cheap these days. So, again,
I guess I didn't fully understand. I'd heard that in the past.
Yeah.
I didn't fully understand, so I should be taking my cars out.
Well, we have a service department.
Okay.
And then we have another 4 mechanics over here that just simply take all the donated cars,
You're right.
fix
and
them up.
prepare them for sale. Right.
And detailed shop, and then sales. So there's a lot of job training opportunities within the motors, same as our thrift stores, for people to start at ground level, learn a skill, and have a job. But it's also I believe it was over $1 million last year of support came in from our stores and the motors. So it's a great, it's
revenue
a blessing
producer,
in so many different ways.
Yeah.
And it gives people another opportunity, boats, tractors, cars, you name it, anything with a motor. We fix it, sell it. Yeah.
Okay. Now, I heard you say something about detailing. Do you do just detailing for if I brought my car?
Not right now for the general public, because
Okay.
we're trying to keep up with the lot, and there's a lot of cars on that lot.
Because you want the cars to work right and look right.
Yeah.
To sell.
Yeah.
How many are you selling a month? Do you know? Any idea?
You know, that's a great question. I know we're selling probably 40 to 60 is my ballpark guess of what we're selling a month. And I know that we're receiving more than that in donations. Some of
That's
them
wonderful.
we take to Spalding because they're not worth
They're parts.
fixing.
Yeah.
But now sometimes a person may have a car, and let's say the transmission went out on it, and it's worth some money. And they don't want to put $2,000 or $3,000 into fixing that transmission. We can fix that transmission. If that car has a $12,000, $10,000 value, that donor will get that donation for us fixing it. So by us improving the car, and I know everyone that donates would like to see us improve their car and sell it, but you have to look at the cost, the time, and the fact we're paying.
There's always that cost benefit.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And like I said, it's a business. We're training, we're running a business. It's not a charity. And that's the biggest thing, because people come in, they come on the lot, and they go, man, look at all these cars. They're all donated. Can I get it just for this?
Yeah.
And we do charity through our motors. The people that go through our program, we sell them their cars at a very reduced rate. Some we give to them. They have to prove that they have a job, they have insurance, and they're capable to support that vehicle. And so we want to help them out. We've learned a lot of times when you just give, if they don't invest in it, it's not as valuable. So a lot of times we have them put a little money into that investment. And again, it's one of the ways we bless those people.
Right, absolutely. Even our kids and grandkids, we don't want to just give them things. We want them to earn part of it. I think that's an important lesson for all of us. You're a thrift store.
Yes.
Now, that's been going for quite some time.
Yeah, and what I love about thrift stores is there's so many different jobs that someone can learn quickly. It's not as sophisticated as the motors, where you have to have expertise.
Right.
So whether it be sorting clothes, selling, and again, people right out of prison, we're helping them out. They're able to stay at the mission, get their feet on the ground. They're in a positive environment where they're encouraged, and they're able to be honest. This is what I struggle with. And a lot of times we'll see people that no one wants to say, I've got an addiction, I've got a problem. So they go to work, things start getting pretty good, and then all of a sudden, boom. And again, it's a great opportunity to say, well, good, now let's go back and let's go through one of our recovery programs, because we want to see people be successful for life, just not for a simple job. And those
you want a permanent change,
right?
Not just a temporary overnight change.
Totally. And our thrift stores is kind of what I would say the beginning of the process of employment for people. But the people that go through our program, they go into different careers, and they serve in the community and do a internship. And after 200 and some hours, and 80% of them are being hired. And so they choose the field that they desire to go into.
And I'm going to guess probably some of them have to move into a mindset of dealing with people and the public, because they've been kind of that hidden group out there, homelessness and drug abuse and all of that, more hiding themselves than interacting with people,
Well, I know that, Kent, what we try to do in the shelter is an environment of love, support, helping them find their identity spiritually, and so that they can move forward. And again, I've watched women that have been abused. I've watched people come in, their self-esteem, their dignity is just nowhere. But as they begin to understand where their identity comes from, that whole person changes. And that's part of that journey of helping people. It doesn't happen overnight, but being in a safe, loving environment, accepting them where they're at, speaking life into them, those are the things we get to do so that that confidence grows.
I'll have to tell you, because I've met several of your folks there and your staff. What a wonderful job they do. There is such dedication. We've had a couple of those who have done the recovery or near the end of moving out into the community and so forth. And I'll tell you, it just, you're smiling, I'm smiling, because you see the success, you know they're going to have a positive life.
I just walked into Ogden Hall this morning, in the lobby, Jen was there. She goes, Phil, good to see you. And she just graduated, and she's got a job at behavioral health. She goes, everything I'm doing on the job, I learned here while I was here. And guess what, Phil? They gave me a raise. And guess what? I'm flying to Everett this weekend.
Oh, nice.
And I'm buying the tickets.
Oh.
And she goes, I'm going over there because my brother, we're doing, no, I'm just drawing a blank on it, where they're all coming together.
A family reunion type thing?
No, he's an addict, and they're doing.
They're going to help him.
Yeah, and they want. Yeah, so again, I'm just saying that's the excitement. When you see this woman, I remember when she first came into Ogden and where she's at today, it makes it all worthwhile.
It does.
And now she's a taxpayer, contributing to society, making a difference, and that's what these programs do. They change lives and end homelessness, and it's a JOB is where it starts.
Well, we can help with dollars. We can help with clothing and so forth at the thrift store. We can help by donating vehicles with a motor in it and all of that. And
getting your car service there too.
Yes, I'm going to remember that. Okay.
Yeah.
Give everybody the website, because from there they can go to all kinds of things.
I know. Yeah, UnionGospelMission.org.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's where they can go and learn. And UGM Motors, they can see the cars that we have on our lot. A lot of people now are shopping online.
Yeah, they all know when they come in what they're looking for and what the competitive rates are, right?
Right.
Welcome to the 21st century. Yeah. I know some salespeople in the auto industry, and they've had to deal with the changing. It used to be, people would be coming to them to get the information, and now we've got very educated buyers that are coming in.
Yes.
So, that's
so
good.
It's good to know that if you buy a car, it's not only a car that you're happy with, but it's providing a job for someone.
Yep.
It's also helping feed and clothe those people in homelessness that are saying, I want to take a step toward recovery. I want to go into a safe place where my dignity will be restored. I'll be held accountable, and I can move ahead in life.
Phil, thank you for what you and your staff and
bet.
volunteers, because you rely on a lot of volunteers.
Yes.
I know that. You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
We'll keep having you here, okay?
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Phil. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll come back with Aaron Roberts. He's going to talk about Ethos Ventures right after this.
Hi, this is Tim Lane with State Farm with your quick winter tip. One of the most common questions I get is about trees and who's responsible for a fallen tree or branches. The answer comes down to negligence. If your neighbor's tree falls and damages your home, vehicle, or personal property due to a weather-related incident, then your insurance company would cover that as a non-fault loss. If you can prove negligence against your neighbor, city, or county, then they are legally responsible for your damages. If you have any coverage questions or would like a second opinion on your insurance, call my team and I at Tim Lane State Farm at 509-926-5135.
Welcome to a new kind of talk show, Spokane Talks, where you find news, views, and conversations that include respect for opinions, facts, and diversity.
Spokane Talks, Saturdays at 8 a.m. on Fox 28.
Hi, this is Kurt Stockwell with Well Dressed Walrus. We are a local website design and development company here in Spokane. What we do is build beautiful, usable websites for local businesses. A website needs to be beautiful, it needs to be usable for your users, your customers, and yourself. Contact us anytime. We'd love to talk with you about your online marketing.
had no idea how to be an adult, let alone a mom. I grew up in over 20 foster homes, so I partied to escape. I wanted to change, but I had no idea what to do. UGM showed me that healing begins with the heart, with understanding how much we are loved by a good God. My kids and I started over with a whole new foundation. Real people, real change. Union Gospel Mission.
Welcome, Aaron Roberts with, I'm going to get this right, okay? Ethos Venture.
Yep.
Right?
Yes.
Welcome to the program.
Thank you. Thanks for having me
Let's
on.
start off with what is Ethos Ventures?
Ethos
Venture.
Venture.
I got them
Venture.
backwards, didn't
That's
I?
right. Ethos Venture.
Okay, welcome to live TV.
I have a corporate recruiting firm.
Okay.
It's actually me working on my own.
Okay.
What I do is I find qualified candidates for my clients who they just can't find the right people. They're not finding
And
the
that's
right
more of a
amount.
challenge today, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It definitely is. But what I do is look for the best possible solution for their pains and find the right candidates and walk them through the process and get everybody on the right page.
Yeah.
And just it's a win-win situation is what.
So
we're
I'm a
looking for.
company and I'm looking for some people, and you and I talk, and you kind of know what my parameters are.
Sure.
What sort of steps do you take to find people? Do you have people already in mind that you look for that have contacted you? I mean, how does that?
There are some times
Without giving away trade secrets.
No,
but
that's
I mean,
fine. There are times where I have people who are asking me, but for the most part, the start is talking with you, finding your parameters, asking the right questions,
Right.
and getting to know your culture, getting to know what your pains are,
Right.
and find out, how serious this is of your needs.
Yeah.
Then where I go is I am a private detective almost, if you will. Now, a lot of it's LinkedIn,
Okay.
which I go through, and it's not just the free LinkedIn site,
Right.
but I find a lot of candidates, and what people don't realize is I'm not looking necessarily just at somebody looking for a job. Most of my candidates are passive candidates. They're not looking for a job.
Okay, right.
Maybe they are thinking about it. Maybe they've been looking. It's just finding, first of all,
But
the
might
right
welcome
talent.
a phone call
Sure,
or- yes.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's, trying to find also for them, candidates are very important to me. This is their life. So I have to make sure that everybody, it's a good situation for. So it's really fun, actually. But that's how
Are you doing this just as yourself, or do you have people working with you?
Well, it used to be a family business.
Oh, okay.
For 5 years, we had an office down in like Northern California in the Bay Area and here in Spokane. And we'd kind of gone, everybody's kind of been doing recruiting or something else since we decided we weren't going to keep that going. So I kept it going because I love what I do.
You know, that is so important, Aaron. It really is, because I know people who have gotten close to my age and retired, and when asked, did you enjoy your life? And no, I didn't enjoy my job. It paid well, but I didn't enjoy it. And what a sad commentary, because we only have one life, and to be able to do that. Now, if I'm hiring you to help narrow down, which is what you would do, and bring me a couple of candidates, and Kent, here are their strengths and weaknesses. This one is as good as anybody, but she also has these additional talents that may help with the direction I know you want to go, and so forth. How long do you continue to work with both the candidate and the company as a follow-up?
To this point, I am from the get-go of talking to the client about what they need, to the day they sign their acceptance letter to the day they start. I like to send somebody an email on their first day. Congratulations.
That's got to be a lot of satisfaction.
It really is.
It
really is.
Yeah. A lot of repeat customers in terms of companies?
Yes, I've had some repeat customers, and hopefully I'm doing them a great service the first time, and I've definitely had people use me several times.
Yes.
And it's also, word of mouth is great if I treat them well and get them people. But my clients aren't just here in Spokane. I'm all over the country. Really, all over
because they might want to come and be near nature.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, that's
so
a
how do
selling point.
you do the search in other areas through the LinkedIn and other places?
My business It really depends on what vertical I'm looking at, time of year, who would be hiring. It's a lot of research.
Yeah.
I research, I find the decision makers, and I have a conversation with them.
Yeah. I'm glad you're having fun because that's really, really important. What right now, in the last couple of months, what's been the biggest demand? What are companies looking for in terms of expertise?
Well, I deal a lot with finance.
Okay.
A lot of accounting, which right now accounting is not really looking for people. They're trying to get through their business.
I was going to say between now and the next couple of months, their heads are down in on the table trying to balance books and everything else. Yeah.
But, there's a lot of, it really depends on the verticals. It depends on, so finance, obviously, that's year-round, and that's where I do a lot of my work. But also, you could look at engineering or sales. Sales is always, people are always looking for the right, whether it's just I'm usually working with management or C-level jobs.
Right.
But there's always sales. Everything's sales.
What gives you the most satisfaction when all of this is done and complete, other than sending that first email to the folks?
I think it's creating those relationships, talking to them after, whether it's a candidate or the client. I still talk with clients. Just to see it. They want to know how I'm doing, which is really rewarding. But really, as far as the company, them having exactly what they need and feeling like what they did was the right move. For the candidate side is I do not forget that this is their life. It's not just me getting somebody. Well, it's important that it's
for the client too. They've got to have the right person because it's costly to get the wrong person on.
It's very expensive to hire the wrong people
because it puts everything backwards. I mean, because you're even going to have the newness of a new person having to learn, but if you go through that process for a month or two and then have to start all over, now you're talking 6 months that they're behind.
Yep. And that's where we start is and I kind of set my boundaries on everything's transparent and there's no reason to play the guessing game and not just be transparent about what we're doing, because the reality is it can waste time, it can waste people's time, it can waste money, or it can.
And time is money.
Absolutely. Yeah. But the reality is there is a certain path to get what people are looking to do, and the best way to do it is through transparency.
Absolutely. Well, how can folks find you, Aaron?
My website is www.ethosventure.com.
Yes.
No S.
Yes. Yeah. Even though Kent screwed it up.
That's a great way. One thing is on LinkedIn. I have a strong profile on there, which I suggest everybody gets a strong profile on there, whether or not they're looking for a job. People look you up on LinkedIn no matter what, if you're doing business.
And sometimes they just want to find you to ask, well, I see you have a similar business, and can I ask you a question?
Absolutely.
What it's really like.
I think a lot of people do have a LinkedIn account and they forget about it. I think it's very important to keep that up to date at all times. And you can make great contacts through LinkedIn.
Thank you. And again, it's website?
ethosventure.com.
All right. Thank you, Aaron.
Yep, thank you.
Congratulations on enjoying what you're doing.
Yes.
There are a lot of folks out there that would really like to do that.
I think that's pretty important.
It is very important. Hey, thanks for watching the Pulse of Spokane. Have a good day, everybody.
This is River Ridge Frame Shop, called Frame It Today, where we can take your art, customize it, and get it ready to hang on the wall. Here at River Ridge Hardware, 2803 West Garland.
Welcome to Tom Sawyer Country Coffee.
Tom Sawyer Country Coffee only roasts the finest organic coffee for our signature blends. Enjoy a cup at our coffee shop and local businesses and organizations across the region.
I'm Tom Sawyer and we choose the Pacific Northwest.
Welcome to a new kind of talk show, Spokane Talks, where you find news, views, and conversations that include respect for opinions, facts, and diversity.
Spokane Talks, Saturdays at 8 a.m. on Fox 28.
I'm Jade Becker, and I'm a senior at Chewilla High School. I'm at STCU's Money Live event. In this scenario that we played today, I was a realtor. My spouse was a city worker. We had an 11-month-old child, and there was a lot of spending for that child, like diapers and formula, and had to buy toys and clothing. I'm very glad that I had this experience. It was super helpful. You need this to get far and ahead in life. I'm Jade Becker, and STCU is here for good.
Thanks for watching. Ask the host a question, recommend a guest, or check out any of our other programs on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or SpokaneTalksMedia.com. Sponsored by Local 29 Firefighters Union, Well Dressed Walrus, and Homes for You.